Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. So this video presentation for the subject TPT632 Transport Planning and Policy, Assignment 3 Travel Behaviour Survey, and we are from Group 1 Class BA247 5C. Alright, let me introduce our group members. Consists of me, myself, Muhammad Fitri. Second, Nur Syairah Adriana. Third, Nurin Irdina. Fourth, Sharifah Nurul Izzati. And the last one, Nur Aina Batrisha.
The study of undergraduate students' travel habit has given significant fresh perspective on the decisions students make about their regular campus travel. The rapid increase in transportation activity have a detrimental impact on the environment and the people living in these areas, who face a variety of traffic-related issues such as extreme traffic jams, accidents, and air and noise pollution. As more students drive to campus, this could lead to a number of issues, including the loss of open green space due to parking lots and the effects on campus community health. Therefore, this paper's significance comes from its ability to provide insight into a comprehensive data collected by using qualitative methods, which via Google Form, and we managed to get 70 more respondents to look into travel patterns and the preference and needs of BA247 students at UiTM campus Puncak Alam within faculty in order to promote sustainable mobility practice in the campus environment. This also aligns with the goal of studying to analyze and understand the BA247 students' travel behavior, which aims for sustainable development in UiTM campus Puncak Alam, Selangor.
We have conducted a survey of travel behavior for BA247 and BA277 students. From the survey, 40.8% of the respondents are female, which represents 29 respondents out of 71. And the rest of 42 respondents are male students, which have 59.2% value from the total. The majority of 36 students are from semester 5 students, while the second highest is from semester 4 students, which has 18 respondents out of it. Then followed by semester 2 students, which have 7 respondents, and semester 1 students, who have 6 respondents that answered the survey. The very least number of respondents, which is 3, is from semester 3 students, which represents 5.6% from the survey. There were 80.3% of respondents, which is 57% students are from BA247 program, while another 19.7%, which is only 14 respondents, are from BA277 programs. It can be seen clearly that 54.9% respondents, which is around 39 students, live on campus. Then, followed by 33.8 respondents, around 24 students rent a house with friends outside from campus. And lastly, 11.3% respondents, around 8 students, live with their own family outside campus. Majority of BA247 and BA277 students have driving license, which is around 94.4%. Around 67 students out of 71 respondents, while the balance of 5.6% for students do not have any license. Majority of BA247 and BA277, which is around 35 students, have study loan as their financial assistance during study years. Then, it is followed by 23 students who do not receive any financial assistance, which only depends on parents' monthly allowance, and a number of 10 students benefits from having scholarship, while 3 students benefits from both study loan and scholarship as their financial assistance. The top 3 majority of BA247 and BA277 students relies on cars, motorcycles, and buses to travel to campus. The highest number is 38% of 27 students relies heavily on cars to travel to campus, then followed by 33.8% of 24 students relies on their own motorcycles to go to campus. Another 9.9% of students, which is around 7 students, relies on buses to go to campus. Students of BA247 and BA277 spend their time on campus differently, which is the majority of 41 students spend 5 to 8 hours on campus. Then, 21 students spend 3 to 5 hours on campus, followed by 6 students spend more than 8 hours on campus. The balance of 3 students only spends 1 to 3 hours time on campus every day. Majority of respondents live inside of UiTM, which is in Kaswarina College, with the number of 14 respondents. Next, it is followed by students who live in Angsana College and Warnasari Apartment Fasa 3, with the number of 9 respondents both living inside and outside of UiTM. Around 6 students live within 10 kilometers from UiTM Puncak Alam campus. The rest of 65 other students live below 10 kilometers within campus, which make it easier for students to travel every day to and from campus. 13 students take more than 20 minutes to travel to go to campus from where they live, which some of it had to go through congestion every day to go to UiTM Puncak Alam. The balance of 58 students take below than 20 minutes to travel to campus, which shows that students live nearby campus and does not take too much of their time to get to the class every day. From 71 respondents, 34 out of it spend RM15 ringgit and above to travel to campus per week, as they live far from the campus and had to go through congestion almost every day. Some of them also do part-time as Grab students to spend their free time whenever there are no classes to gain extra money to cover for daily expenses. Another 20 students do not spend any penny on traveling to campus as they use UiTM buses and walk to go to the class. Those 20 students are those who live inside campus, which is in College of UiTM. The rest of 17 students spend below 15 ringgit to travel to campus weekly. The majority of 19 students drive alone as their main mode of travel to campus. Then, it is followed by car sharing and buses, which both have 18 students travel to class by sharing cars and uses UiTM bus services. The third highest value is by walking, which is around 10 respondents go to class by walking. There is none of students who use taxi and private bus to go to campus every day. Most of students, which is 26 students, uses car to reach to campus, which amounted to 6 to 7 times of frequency in a week. Then, it is followed by 60 students who walk to reach campus 6 to 7 times in a week. The third highest is University Bus, which has 15 students that use buses to get to campus almost every day in a week.
So we move to the section C, which is the perception of bus services. Based on the data, with 53.5%, which 38 respondents, majority of the respondents feel strongly agree that it is their moral obligation to use university bus as it will save environment and reduce congestion, with a mean score of 5.61 and 5.56 respectively. The majority of respondents tend to agree and strongly agree with the statement. Next, most of the respondents are strongly agree to use a university bus as it's safer than driving their own car, even though they had one with 42.3%, which is 30 respondents, and the mean score of 5.08 indicate that the average response falls between agree and neutral on the scale. And majority of respondents feel happy when traveling on the bus with their friends, with total of 45.1%, with 32 respondents, and the average response fall between agree and strongly agree on the scale with the mean score of 5.37. Lastly, 45.1%, which 32 respondents are strongly agree that they use university bus as it is cheaper than using a car. The average response for between agree and strongly agree on the scale with the mean score of 5.37, and the majority of the respondents with 53.5%, which 38 respondents are strongly agree that they need to wait for a long time for university bus, with a mean score of 5.7T, indicate a high level agreement as the response fall between agree and strongly agree.
For the perception of car use and ownership, for the question of having a car will be necessary in the future, majority of the respondents highlighted that they are strongly agree that having a car will be necessary in the future with 60.6% with 43 respondents, which means score 6.06 and indicates that the average response falls between agree and strongly agree. Next, for the question of cars are part of modern life with 59.2%, which is 42 respondents, it shows that majority strongly agree that cars are a part of modern life. With mean score of 6.14, it can be explained that the average response falls between agree and strongly agree. Furthermore, for the question of when I have the financial means, I will buy a car. Majority of the respondents are strongly agree to buy a car when they have the financial means with 57.7%, which is 41 respondents. The average response falls between agree and strongly agree with mean score of 6.04. And then for the question of intend to own a car within the next 5 years, 53.5%, which is 38 respondents, are strongly agree intend to own a car within the next 5 years. With a mean score of 5.85 shows that the average response falls between agree and strongly agree. So, for the question of a private car will allow me to travel to more places I wish to go shows that a big number of respondents, 64.8% with 46 respondents, are strong agree that private car will allow them to travel to more places they wish to go. The average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale with the mean of 6.3. Alright, so for the question, a private car will allow me to transport more items. 62% with 44 respondents are strongly agree that private car will allow them to bring more items. On the scale, the average response is between agree and strongly agree with mean score of 6.3. Furthermore, for the question of a private car will allow me to transport more people, majority of the respondents, 62% with 44 respondents, strongly agree with a statement that a private car will allow them to transport more people. With a mean score of 6.18, it explains that the average response falls between agree and strongly agree. Next, for the question of a private car will allow me to travel more comfortably, a large number of respondents, 59.2% with 42 respondents, are strongly agree with a statement that a private car will allow them to travel more comfortably. The average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale can be explained with a mean score of 6.18. In addition, for the question of using a private car is cheaper than using public transport shows that 39.4% with 28 respondents are strongly agree that a private car is cheaper than using public transport. A mean score of 4.94 indicates a moderate level of agreements with the statement where the average response falls between neutral and slightly agree. Following that, for the question of I will need to have a car to get a job in the future shows that 53.5% with 38 respondents are strongly agree that they need to have a car to get a job in the future. A mean score of 6.8 indicates an extremely high level of agreement with the statement where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale. Next, big number of respondents, 59.2% with 42 respondents, strongly agree that using a private car is safer than using public transport. The average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale with a mean score of 5.99. Okay, next. For the question of using a private car is more convenient than using public transport, shows that 53.5% with 38 respondents are strongly agree that using a private car is more convenient than using public transport. The average response fall between agree and strongly agree on the scale that can be explained by the mean score of 6.06. Moreover, majority of the respondents, 49.3% with 35 respondents, are strongly agree with the statement a private car is a symbol of success in their life. The average of respondents falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale can be explained by the mean score of 5.8. Alright, following that, a private car will make me feel more in control of my life. Shows that a large number of respondents, 53.5% with 38 respondents, are strongly agree that a private car will make them feel more in control of their life. With a mean score of 6, shows that the average response falls between agree and strongly agree. Lastly, for the question of a private car will give me greater freedom or independence, shows that majority of respondents, which is 59.2% with 42 respondents, are strongly agree that a private car will give them greater freedom or independence. A mean score of 6.24 suggests a high level of agreement with the statement, where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree.
Based on the data, perception of active travels, 36.6%, 26 respondents are strongly agree that they enjoy walking on campus. However, 2.8% equals to 2 respondents are strongly disagree with the statement. A mean score of 5.07 suggests a moderate level of agreement with the statements where the average response falls between neutral and slightly agree. 49.3% equals to 35 respondents are strongly agree with the statement that they walk because it is good for their health. Only 7%, 5 respondents are strongly disagree with the statement. A mean score of 5.51 suggests a moderate to high level of agreement with the statements where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale. High number of respondents, 42.3%, equals to 30 respondents are strongly agree that they walk because it is good for environments. Only 1.4% who are respondent is strongly disagree with the statement. A mean score of 5.41 suggests a moderate to high level of agreement with the statement, where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale. 35.2% equal to 25 respondents are strongly agree that they enjoy cycling on the campus, followed by 15.5%, 11 respondents who are slightly disagree with the statement. A mean score of 4.70 suggests a moderate level of agreement with the statement where the response falls between neutral and slightly agree on the scale. Majority of the respondents, 36.6%, 26 respondents are strongly agree with the statement that they cycle because it is good for their health. Only 5.2%, 3 respondents are strongly disagree with the statement. The average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale can be explained by the mean score of 5.15. 42.3%, 30 respondents are strongly agree that they cycle because it is good for environments. Meanwhile, 5.2%, 3 respondents are strongly disagree with the statement. A mean score of 5.24 suggests a moderate to high level of agreement with the statement where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale. Based on the perception of parking strategies, most of the respondents, 32.4%, equals to 23 respondents are strongly disagree with the idea to impose parking charge. Only 1.4%, while respondent is slightly agree with the statement. A mean score of 3.73 indicates a tendency towards disagreement with the statement where the average response falls between slightly disagree and neutrals on the scale. Majority of the respondents, 56.3%, equal to 40 respondents, are strongly agree to not allowing Year 1 students to bring car to campus. Only 1.5%, one respondent, each feel strongly disagree and slightly disagree with the statement. The average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale can be explained by the mean score of 5.99. Most of the respondents, 54.9%, 39 respondents are strongly agree with the idea to develop park and ride next to campus and served by free shuttle service. Only 1.4%, one respondent is strongly disagree with the statement. A mean score of 6.15 indicates a very high level of positive sentiment with the statements where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale. 47.9% equals to 34 respondents are strongly agree with the idea to have multi-level parking area in the campus. Meanwhile, 2.8% equal to 2 respondents are slightly disagree with the idea. A mean score of 5.39 suggests a moderate to high level of positive sentiment, with respondents leaning towards where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree. Majority of the respondents, 59.2%, 42 respondents are strongly agree with the idea to reorganize campus parking lots and reallocate parking spaces, followed by 23.9%, equals to 70 respondents who feel agree with the same statement. A mean score of 6.25 suggests an exceptional high level of positive sentiment, where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scales. 33.8% equals to 24 respondents are strongly agree with the idea to enforce parking permits, and only 4.2% equal to 3 respondents are slightly disagree with the statement. A mean score of 4.85 suggests a moderate level of positive sentiment, with respondents leaning towards agreement but not overwhelmingly so, where the average response falls between neutral and slightly agree. Most of the respondents, 38%, equal to 27 respondents, are strongly agree with the idea to increase fine for parking violation, and only 4.2%, equal to 3 respondents, are slightly disagree with the ideas. A mean score of 5.14 suggests a moderate level of positive sentiment, with respondents leaning toward agreement but not overwhelming so, where the average response falls between neutral and slightly agree. Based on the data, perception of strategy to reduce car use and use of public transport. Majority of the respondents, 53.5%, equal to 38 respondents, are strongly agree with the strategy to reward students who use public transport. Only 2.8%, equal to 2 respondents, is slightly disagree with the idea. A mean score of 5.69 suggests a moderate to high level of positive sentiments, with respondents leaning towards agreements, where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree. Majority of the respondents, 73.2%, equal to 52 respondents, are strongly agree with the strategy to improve sidewalks and bike lanes in the campus, followed by 18.3%, equal to 30 respondents who are agree with the idea. A mean score of 6.54 suggests an exceptional high level of positive sentiments. 70.4%, equal to 50 respondents, are strongly agree with the idea to improve bus stop in campus, followed by 21.1%, equal to 50 respondents who are agree with the ideas. A mean score of 6.54 suggests an exceptionally high level of positive sentiment, where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree. Most of the respondents, 76.1%, equal to 54 respondents, are strongly agree with the strategy to publish real-time bus information, followed by 15.5%, equal to 11 respondents who are agree with the strategy. A mean score of 6.54 suggests an exceptional high level of positive sentiments, where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree. Majority of the respondents, 73.2%, equal to 52 respondents, are strongly agree with the idea to improve shuttle service in campus, followed by 19.7%, equal to 40 respondents who are agree with the idea. A mean score of 6.56 suggests an exceptionally high level of positive sentiment, where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree. 74.6%, 53 respondents, are strongly agree with the strategy to provide comfortable or faster bus service in campus, followed by 18.3%, equal to 30 respondents who are also agree with the same strategy. A mean score of 6.56 indicate an extremely high level of agreement with the statement, where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale. Majority of the respondents, 69%, equal to 49 respondents, are strongly agree with the strategy to share their rights other by carpooling, followed by 18.3% equal to 30 respondents who are agree with the statement. A mean score of 6.45 indicates an extremely high level of agreement with the statement, where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scales. High number of respondents of 60.6% equal to 43 respondents are strongly agree with the strategy to provide more scooter around campus, and only 1.4% equals to 1 respondent is strongly disagree with the ideas. A mean score of 5.87 suggests an exceptionally high level of positive sentiments, where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree on the scale. 69% equal to 49 respondents are strongly agree with the strategy to provide bicycle facility in campus area. Only 1.4% equal to 1 respondent each who are disagree and slightly disagree with the idea. A mean score of 6.49 suggests an exceptionally high level of positive sentiment, with the majority of respondents strongly agreeing with the statement. Majority of the respondents, 60.6%, equal to 43 respondents are strongly agree with the idea traffic law enforcement as a strategy. However, only 1.4%, equal to 1 respondent, feels neutral with the idea. A mean score of 6.39 suggests a high level of agreement with the statement, where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree. High number of respondents, 64.8%, equal to 46 respondents are strongly agree with the strategy to offer elective course on sustainable transportation. Only 1.4%, equal to 1 respondent who is disagree with the idea. A mean score of 6.35 suggests a high level of agreement with the statement, where the average response falls between agree and strongly agree.
The overall satisfaction is good, which shows that 45.1% students are now satisfied with the current travel experience of commuting to campus. The second highest is 35.2 students feels that it is still on average, which shows that there are still improvements that need to be made in terms of traveling satisfaction for students to commute to campus. And the third highest is on best, which is 19.7% students feels okay with the daily travel satisfaction to go to campus. The absence of worst and bad indicates that there are no students feel dissatisfied with the travel satisfaction of commuting to class. The overall satisfaction is well, which shows that 49.3% students are now satisfied with the current quality of travel in commuting to campus. The second highest is 31% students feels that it is still on average, which shows that there are still improvements that need to be made in terms of quality of travel for students to commute to campus. And the third highest is on very well, with 19.7% students feels okay with the quality of travel to campus. The absence of poor and extremely poor shows that there are no students who feel dissatisfied with the quality of travel in commuting to class. The overall satisfaction is well, which shows that 49.3% students are now satisfied with the current quality of data for travel management in commuting to campus. The second highest is 31% students feels that it is still on average, which shows that there are still improvements that need to be made in terms of quality for data travel management for students to commute to campus. And the third highest is on very well, with 19.7 students feel okay with the quality for data travel management to go to campus. The absence of poor and extremely poor shows that there are no students who feel dissatisfied with the quality of data travel management in commuting to class.
Alright, now recommendation. Based on the survey, we are identify what the idea and potential in the future in terms of transportation in campus. Then we come out with 3 recommendations. The first recommendation is the campus connector hub. As everyone know that every holiday, students will return to their hometowns. Most of them will use public transport such as buses, and the nearest is Klang Central. From UiTM to Klang Central, it requires e-hailing cars, rapid cars and others. Therefore, with the existence of the campus connector hub, the express bus can come and pick up students themselves in the campus. With this also, it gives good to the people around Puncak Alam. Indirectly, UiTM can benefit from this project. Second, promote sustainable transportation. Lack of UiTM shuttle bus and it is always full like a sardine can, and the majority of students who live in college will use the UiTM shuttle bus transport. Therefore, sustainable transportation such as bike sharing, e-scooter needs to be created and promoted among students to cultivate and reduce motorized vehicle on campus. There is no denying that e-scooter has been implemented in UiTM, but with the charge offer, it is not worth it to the students, and the e-scooter facility such as the beam is not organized because after the student use the beam, there is no specific place to store it, causing it to be a mess in the UiTM. Therefore, in order to make this sustainable transportation program a success, facility or hub for bikes and e-scooter needs to be created. Third, establish a minibus. Apart from promoting sustainable transport to accommodate the demand for the use of the UiTM shuttle bus, minibus is one of the good step because the cost of owning and operating it is not as expensive as the cost of normal bus. Undeniable, minibus has a limited capacity and not as much as other big bus, but minibus is very suitable to be created in community that need support transport while at the same time being affected by budget constraints because the cost of buying a big bus is expensive.
Based on the recommendation mentioned, there will be potential implications from that, which is first, campus transportation can be improved as campus connecting hub. The benefits of building a campus university connector hub at UiTM Puncak Island include the potential to greatly increase staff and student accessibility and convenience with public transit. This might thus encourage more people to engage in off-campus activities during breaks and strengthen the bond between the institution and the local community. Furthermore, students can enjoy cozy seats and weather protection, further increasing their satisfaction regarding university transport services. Potential implication is can reducing emissions and traffic congestion on campus. Students are more likely to choose to use bike sharing and e-scooters, the environmentally friendly solutions, than driving their vehicles or motorcycles to campus if there are convenient, reasonably priced options available. This could result in fewer motorized cars on campus, reduce parking and traffic problems, and indirectly can improve university's environmental quality. Not only that, UiTM also can contribute to the development of an environmentally conscious. Lastly, the potential implications will be improving efficiency of transportation and reducing the impact to environmental. The university may solve the problem of lengthy wait times for students by introducing smaller minibuses which are more economical and ecologically friendly than bigger buses and encourage them to utilize the shuttle service rather than bringing their own automobiles. For your information, minibuses is lower in fuel usage and emissions, which help to make campus greener and lessen environmental worries.